The 29th Annual Pistahan Parade and Festivals 2022 is brought to you by our premier sponsors, TFC, Nix, 1587, Yerba Buena Gardens Conservancy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Yerba Buena Gardens Festivals, San Francisco. Our silver sponsors, Kumu, Ramar Foods International, Kaiser Permanente, Alaska Airlines, Dynamico Space, Soma Pilipinas. Our bronze sponsors, APA Heritage Foundation, Philippine Airlines, Golden State Warriors, Urban Land Development, Stimsy, World Remit. Our celebration sponsors, Giants, Sermonte Ford, LBC, Xfinity, 5M, San Francisco Association of Realtors, Mitchell's Ice Cream, Fort McKinley, Ayala Land, Heavenly Tropical Ice Cream, Hotel Zoe, Argonaut, Japan Center Garages, BahaySaPinas.com, Kinetic Real Estate, Manga Tours, Mass Mutual, Northern California. Our media partners, GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, GMA News TV, Stronger Together, Asian Journal Publications, Bartable, Philippine News Today, Fan Global Network TV, Bayani Pay, 99.7 Now. Our community partners, the Philippine Center, San Francisco. It's more fun in the Philippines. Asian Week Foundation, West Bay, United Playas, the Filipino Food Movement, 7 Mile House, Infanta Lambanog, EMP Films, Genevieve's Wine and Travel, Manila Town Heritage Foundation, PAWA, and Phil M Stream Radio. The 29th Annual Pistahan Parade and Festivals 2022 is brought to you by our premier sponsors, TFC, Nix, 1587, Yerba Buena Gardens Conservancy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Yerba Buena Gardens Festivals, San Francisco. Our silver sponsors, Kumu, Ramar Foods International, Kaiser Permanente, Alaska Airlines, Dynamico Space, Soma Pilipinas. Our bronze sponsors, APA Heritage Foundation, Philippine Airlines, Golden State Warriors, Urban Land Development, Stimsy, World Remit. Our celebration sponsors, Giants, Sermonte Ford, LBC, Xfinity, 5M, San Francisco Association of Realtors, Mitchell's Ice Cream, Fort McKinley, Ayala Land, Heavenly Tropical Ice Cream, Hotel Zoe, Argonaut, Japan Center Garages, BahaySaPinas.com, Kinetic Real Estate, Manga Tours, Mass Mutual, Northern California. Our media partners, GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, GMA News TV, Stronger Together, Asian Journal Publications, Bartable, Philippine News Today, Fan Global Network TV, Bayani Pay, 99.7 Now. Our community partners, the Philippine Center, San Francisco. It's more fun in the Philippines. Asian Week Foundation, West Bay, United Playas, the Filipino Food Movement, 7 Mile House, Infanta Lambanog, EMP Films, Genevieve's Wine and Travel, Manila Town Heritage Foundation, PAWA, and Phil M Stream Radio. The 29th Annual Pistahan Parade and Festivals 2022 is brought to you by our premier sponsors, TFC, Nix, 1587, Yerba Buena Gardens Conservancy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Yerba Buena Gardens Festivals, San Francisco. Our silver sponsors, Kumu, Ramar Foods International, Kaiser Permanente, Alaska Airlines, Dynamico Space, Soma Pilipinas. Our bronze sponsors: APA Heritage Foundation, Philippine Airlines, Golden State Warriors, Urban Land Development, Stimsy, World Remit. Our celebration sponsors: Giants, Sermonte Ford, LBC, Xfinity, 5M, San Francisco Association of Realtors, Mitchell's Ice Cream, Fort McKinley, Ayala Land, Heavenly Tropical Ice Cream, Hotel Zoe, Argonaut, Japan Center Garages, BahaysAPinas.com, Kinetic Real Estate, Manga Tours, Mass Mutual, Northern California. Our media partners: GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, GMA News TV, Stronger Together, Asian Journal Publications, Bartable, Philippine News Today, Fan Global Network TV, Bayani Pay, 99.7 Now. Our community partners: the Philippine Center, San Francisco, It's More Fun in the Philippines, Asian Week Foundation, West Bay, United Playas, the Filipino Food Movement, 7 Mile House, Infanta Lambanog, EMP Films, Genevieve's Wine and Travel, Manila Town Heritage Foundation, PAWA, and Phil M Stream Radio.
Magandang umaga and welcome to day 2 of the Pistahan 22 live stream. We thank you so much for tuning in today and yesterday's events. Thank you all for coming and joining us. And today we're out in full swing in Yerba Buena Gardens. Let's see, after the amazing event yesterday in the live stream, I was able to take a walk around the gardens and see the beautiful events that the festival had to offer. I got so much great food. Shout out to Marley's Treats. I got some beautiful ube cupcakes. There's so many different beautiful Philippine food to try out in the festival today. Just a little recap of yesterday's events. We had our lovely parade down Market Street and had so many floats and beautiful contingents from out in the community. We had the MYX float, the Galing 1587 float, and so many other community contingents that showed out. It was lovely hearing from our Grand Marshal, Raymond Townsend, and Kevin Benedicto. If you would like to see the interviews we had yesterday, please check out our YouTube for more. It was great hearing the Hermana Mayor, Cheryl Qatar, who is running for Daly City Council. There's so many beautiful pavilions out in the festival today that you guys should check out. There's the art pavilion, culinary, sports, tavern, and even our main stage where we'll have many performances. There's so much amazing talent that we saw yesterday in our live stream as well. We had vegan chef Reina, who showed us how to make many different Philippine recipes, and we also had Tequila perform their new song, Mama Ko. In today's lineup in our live stream, we have the sports, dance, tavern, and health pavilion. We'll have several videos to show you guys, and I'm so excited. We have a short playback from the TFC Hour performances from yesterday that we'll be showing later on, and a playback from the 1587 performance, and much more. Shout out to Rachel Lazada, who has a tent today for Happiness, her booth, showcasing tribal Igorot necklaces such as the one that I'm wearing today. So I'd love for you to check out all the different booths that we have to offer, especially in the art pavilion with Edwin Lozada. I'm so excited to be here today, and we welcome you all to come on out, bring your family and your friends. It'd be great to be with the community here today. And some other lineup events. See, we have Sunday Groove on the main stage performances. We have performances from Rebel, Mabuhay Folkloric, Rhythm Monsters, Maddie V, Lowell Philippine American Club, and Jocelyn Enriquez. So look forward to that on the main stage later today. See, and I think next up we have some video package from the 1587 performance and the TFC Hour performances from yesterday. Later on today. Going out into the festival yesterday after the live stream was so very amazing. I was able to take some non-Filipino friends around to try some different food. We went to Marley's Treats, which is out here to the right, and had some gorgeous Filipino ube cupcakes. And it's so amazing to share Philippine food with non-Filipinos, especially different flavors like buko pandan and ube and langka, and especially the magnolia halo halo ice cream. That one is honestly my favorite. I had some amazing lumpia and different plate lunches yesterday, and to share that part of my culture with other friends was amazing. Just so exciting. Segment 2. Let's see. So up first we have the Health Pavilion. This Health Pavilion segment is brought to us by our sponsor, Kaiser Permanente. The Health Pavilion is one of the staple features here at Pistahan with a lot of tradition. Here's a video message from our Health Pavilion project manager, Rhea Paulos.
My name is Rhea, and I am this year's project manager for the Jeanette Addy Health Pavilion. If you have ever visited the Health Pavilion in person, you probably met Jeanette Addy. Jeanette was responsible for refining the Health Pavilion and rallying so many people to advocate for accessible healthcare and information. Hours after we went off the air for our first virtual Pistahan, Jeanette suddenly passed away at the age of 59. Today, we commemorate Jeanette, her spirit, and her legacy, and the renaming of the Jeanette Addy Health Pavilion. To start off this virtual programming, let's learn more about Jeanette through her family and what she meant to them and to the Filipino community.
The strong passion that Jeanette had for her identity with the Filipino community was made so apparent by the heart and soul she put into Pistahan over the years.
She was in charge of the healthcare, and her first and foremost was to make sure that the representative of the healthcare area, which was Kaiser, was taken care of wholeheartedly. If they needed something, she was right there.
Even if you just met her a few seconds ago, she would invite a lot of people into the health pavilion just so she can take care of them, whether that was giving them a place to sit, or giving them a bottle of water, or even checking their blood pressure. She wanted to make sure everybody was having an amazing time.
Using Pistahan as an outlet to let everybody know that healthcare is available and can be provided in any means whatsoever.
Jeanette actually went to medical mission and she was able to help people get access to health care, because the Philippines is just really hard to get access to health care.
I believe that motivated her to make sure that everybody knew that you can get accessible health care services no matter where you are, and no matter your background, and no matter how you identify.
She did so with bridging that gap by giving to the Filipino community through Pistahan with mobile health care.
They wanted to find a way to provide dental care for people in the areas of the Philippines that are visiting with her, and she'd always be like, oh, this van that we saw, this is perfect for helping bring care to people who don't have access to.
In addition to accessible healthcare, she was an advocate for knowing our Filipino culture, and she wished many people that went through her way to know that there's so many amazing things our Filipino community is.
She also was an advocate for getting Filipino history in the American history books. And she was able to do that, and it should be written into the history book in the next maybe 2 or 3 years.
She always tried to promote Pistahan wherever she went, and just how she showed and how they wore her Filipino culture on her chest, and the way she spoke about the Philippines and her culture everywhere she went. It was just really to inspire other people about Filipino culture.
So thank you, Al, and the Pistahan team for blessing Antoinette with the opportunity to advocate for accessible healthcare for others.
Since Jeanette was an advocate for accessible dental treatment and information, I am so excited to introduce this next video. When it comes to smiling, so many people ask, what products can make my teeth whiter? There are so many products out there, but do you know that they can also serve as an antiseptic? Here's Dr. Pauls for more information.
There's a lot of other materials out there that you'll hear of, but let's just keep it simple. If you have hydrogen peroxide, and if you have baking soda, what kind of materials do you have at home to make sure that you're lightening your teeth, to make sure that you're taking care of your teeth on a regular basis to take out the plaque? Well, some people are actually using baking soda instead of a toothpaste to brush your teeth with. Some of our patients, when they go ahead and put this together, and then you can see this and go and look it up to see what can you make at home, and then what is it that you could use at home to go ahead and lighten your teeth. You will notice they talk about hydrogen peroxide. They also talk about baking soda as materials to go ahead and help you with lightening your teeth. There's another material out there that people use. And then that material is apple cider vinegar. In the dental office, we are not giving away, or we are not using apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is available over the counter where people use this for many things. And it actually is an antiseptic, actually used to make sure that you're killing bacteria that's in your mouth. And it's acidic. So what you use this for, and you want to be careful using something like this, is because if you use too much of it on your teeth, it might wear away on your tooth structure on the enamel. You've got apple cider vinegar that people talk about. You've got hydrogen peroxide. Most of these things are basically in your house. Some people already have these things. And also a lot of people have baking soda. So at home, if you're thinking, what kind of materials can I use to take care of my teeth? A lot of people out there, they use baking soda, they use hydrogen peroxide, the liquid form, and they also have apple cider vinegar that they are using for antiseptic, for cleaning your teeth, for whitening your teeth. And so there's a lot of other materials out there that you'll hear of. But let's just keep it simple. If you have hydrogen peroxide, and if you have baking soda, that could possibly replace toothpaste. You want to make sure that you are talking to your professional, talking to your dentist to see if this is going to damage your teeth.
Hello, I'm Dr. Michelle Tinatigan.
And I'm Dr. Rochelle Tinatigan. We are both Kaiser Permanente San Francisco family medicine physicians and twin sisters.
We'd like to share some information about monkeypox and make sure you are aware of the risks and protection the vaccine can provide. Monkeypox is a virus that is generally spread through close or intimate contact with symptoms that include a rash and fever.
The rash can look like pimples or blisters on the face, inside the mouth, hands, feet, chest, or genitals. You can have other symptoms like headaches, muscle aches, swollen lymph nodes, chills, and exhaustion.
Kaiser Permanente is partnering closely with state and local public health departments, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, who oversees the supply and distribution of medications to treat and vaccinate against monkeypox. If you are experiencing symptoms consistent with monkeypox or believe you may have been exposed, you should contact your physician immediately. To protect others from infection, physicians will advise patients to isolate at home and not to go to the hospital or pharmacy while diagnosis is being confirmed. Physicians will consult and work in close contact with local public health officials to address any suspected cases of monkeypox exposure. For more information on monkeypox, visit California Department of Public Health's website at cdph.ca.gov. We also want to encourage COVID-19 vaccinations. Vaccines are now available for anyone ages 6 months and older. Getting vaccinated helps protect people from COVID-19. Get vaccinated if you already haven't done so. Get your booster as soon as you're eligible. Visit myturn.ca.gov or call 1-833-422-4255 to determine where you can make an appointment for your COVID-19 vaccination. We encourage people to stay safe and healthy. Remember, we're in this together. Mabuhay and happy Pistahan!
Hello everyone, happy Pistahan 2022. I want to thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to look at our presentation from our organization, SF Hep B Free. My name is Richard So and I'm the Executive Director, and today I'm asking for just 2 minutes of your time to really help us fight this important disease that affects so many Filipino Americans. Hepatitis B causes liver cancer, and it's a virus that's mostly transmitted from mother to child at birth without the mother knowing that she has this disease, and so she unknowingly passes it on to their children. Now, the scary information is that 1 in 12 Asian American Pacific Islanders and Filipinos has chronic hepatitis B. But 2 out of 3 don't know it because you don't feel sick when you have it. Most people who have the hepatitis B virus don't feel sick until it becomes something very serious, like liver cancer or deadly liver disease. And then 1 out of 4 people who aren't managing this virus with their doctor will go on to die from liver cancer or liver disease. But there's so much we can do. We actually have all the tools to beat this disease. Early screening, just asking your doctor for a Hep B test, can catch it, and if it hasn't become the liver cancer, managing it with your doctor, which is as simple as going to the doctor twice a year instead of once a year, and maybe getting put on this medication, can prevent you from ever getting liver cancer or liver disease that affects your life at all. In addition, there's a vaccine that can protect you for life, and both of those, both the screening and the vaccine, are free in Medicare, Medicaid, and most commercial health insurance. And distinctly in the Filipino community, a 2018 study showed 1 in 10 Filipinos in the Philippines had chronic Hep B, and only 3% knew about their diagnosis. And so this is clearly an issue that comes from inside the Philippines, but also as folks emigrate here, as well as other parts of Asia. So please, please, please get tested. Test your friends, ask your friends to ask their doctors to get tested, your relatives. This is a 5-minute conversation, a 5-minute blood test that could really save your life. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great time with all the other presentations, and you can be your own and your family's Hep B hero. Have a great time. Bye-bye.
Wow, thank you so much for the Health Pavilion video packs. It's very important to learn about Hep B Free to make sure you and your family are safe, and also about monkeypox and to get vaccinated for COVID-19. Next up, we have the Sports Pavilion sponsored by the Golden State Warriors. We'll have some videos playing about the Golden State Warriors Filipino Heritage Night from earlier this year, so stay tuned.
Hello, welcome to Warriors Filipino Heritage Night.
Hi,
Woo! So tell me, what does it mean to you guys to have the Warriors host Filipino Heritage Night?
I think it's amazing the fact that they're recognizing our culture and incorporating that into their game.
It's amazing that they're representing, at least, one or two times a year that we do this, It's amazing.
Well, this will be my first time attending a Filipino Heritage Night, so I have no idea, but the idea of it being kind of center stage, I think is really important. And the Filipino community is certainly some that has had a big impact in the San Francisco Bay Area, so I think it's cool.
Oh my gosh, it means everything. It's Filipinos love being around family, and like the Warriors are like family to us. So for us to be here during the pandemic together celebrating the Warriors, and Clay's back, and we're gonna kill it tonight. It's gonna be hella fun.
Well, it's leaping boundaries. Philippines is very big in basketball now, and everybody shoots. So now that they're here, hey, it represent.
Well, the Philippines is like one of the most passionate and crazy basketball fans in the world. So it means a lot to the Filipino and the Filipino American community here in the Bay Area to have the NBA and the Golden State Warriors host the Filipino Heritage Night. It's a recognition that the Filipinos and Phil-Amps are really a part of the Dub Nation. So I'm glad to be part here, to be a part of tonight's Filipino Heritage Night.
Yes, baby.
There you go.
It's gonna be a hard question. Can you guys name 2 NBA players that are Filipino?
2 NBA players that are Filipino.
I cannot. I don't know. Do you want to tell me? Anymore. What's his name?
Starts with a J.
Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness. No, I can't.
I know for sure Jordan Clarkson from the Utah Jazz. The second one, I think, is a rookie, one of the rookies.
Currently.
That are half Filipino.
Jalen Rose is married.
Jalen Green.
Oh, Jordan Clarkson. Got him all right.
Get that guy over here. Get that guy.
Jordan Clarkson and Jalen Green.
Right answer.
Raymond Townsend was the first Filipino to be a Warriors player.
I had no idea. That's awesome. Go Raymond Townsend.
What do you think Filipino Heritage Night means to you?
Well, for me, it means it's a chance for our heritage and our culture to get up close and personal with the game of their lifetime. Basketball is the #1 sport in the Philippines, besides boxing. But there is no better basketball fan than a Filipino fan. And, Golden State, I ran a lot of the Filipino heritage. I've been involved in a lot of them all around the United States when they first started over 15, 16 years ago. So to see where it is now with the Filipinos coming out and supporting this game, it's a big part of NBA basketball. I'm so proud to be a part of not only this culture, but this night. And they're doing it with the classiest organization you can do it with.
I'm so glad for us to have an opportunity to meet with the legendary Hilo.
I'm a stand-up guy, never sit. OG told me when it's never quit. Since then, I've been a man on a mission.
What does Filipino mean to you?
Oh man, I feel like Filipino means community. It means family. It means unity. I think so many values were taught as as Filipinos, and what I'm saying, it all comes back to family and love and unity and community, because in reality that's all we have on this earth.
So it's hard. It's wonderful that you converged your cultures. How do you have Filipino culture shared and your culture shared in the household?
Well, in the Filipino community, they speak Spanish, and Mexican speak Spanish. So we talk, but we don't understand each other.
Oh, that's funny. What's your favorite Filipino word? You must have heard some.
Filipino word. Wow. I just know food, adobo, pancet, kari-kari.
I think it's
a very proud night to have at a big game like this. So, very proud moment.
I have to ask, how long have you guys been Warriors fans?
Since the day I was born, man.
What's your favorite part?
When they did I forgot what it's called.
The performance? Oh, you like the performance? All the pretty lights, right?
Yes.
I mean, we're honored that we were even selected to sing the national anthem, and especially for Filipino Heritage Night, I think it's just such a privilege and such an honor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Right, and next up we have here with us one of the sports pavilion managers for Pistahan, Joseph Bautista. Welcome to the stage. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. Thank you for having us.
And who do we have here as well?
Oh, it's my 5-month-old son, Gabriel, firstborn.
Oh my goodness, so precious. Thank you for so much for bringing your family out here. It is a family and community event for Pistahan.
Oh, for sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about the sports pavilion this year and what's been going on yesterday and today?
Oh, yeah. So today and yesterday, we will have a full day of learning Filipino martial arts. You'll learn different styles of Filipino martial arts. You'll be able to get hands-on training, free workshops, as well as Dance is coming in to show some dance moves. And at the very end, to cap everything off, we're actually going to be playing some street games, like Patintero. If you've never played any Filipino street games, it's something you should really experience.
It's amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about, I know you work with Filipino martial arts, like Escabo Daan. Can you tell us a little bit about the history behind that?
Oh, yeah. So we actually just rebranded to Legacy Filipino Martial Arts. And so what we do is we have a kids program and adult program that helps to teach the history and the culture of Filipino identity, so to speak, because like I grew up here, didn't understand the language. I grew up in the East Bay where there weren't a lot of Filipinos. And so I grew up not knowing of any Filipino heroes or heroines. So I have this passion to try to teach as many people that want to learn about some heroes and heroines within our culture.
Oh, that's amazing. How old were you when you started learning Philippine martial arts?
Oh, I actually didn't learn Filipino martial arts till I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been doing it for 21 years now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that is so amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about the events we have today for the Sports Pavilion that we should check out?
Oh yeah, so today, right now, what we're doing is we're having a sparring session. So if no one has ever trained in Filipino martial arts and never done weapon sparring, you have a chance to do that today. We also have workshops for youth today at 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, at 12 o'clock, and then adult program for 1 o'clock. Let me say that again. So we have a youth program workshop for free at 12 o'clock today. Then at 1 o'clock, adults can come and train for free.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Make sure to stop by the Sports Pavilion, which is right outside here, correct?
Yeah, we'll be actually, if you look at the main stage, we'll be on the right-hand side, directly behind it.
Yes, and right here we're in the Yerba Buena Garden Center for the Arts, and right behind us, the Sports Pavilion. So make sure to check on that out. It's amazing. Did you want to tell us a little bit about your time here volunteering for Pistahan?
Oh yeah, my experience with Pistahan has been really amazing. My first experience with Pistahan was actually 13 years ago.
Oh wow.
I remember walking my first time to Yerba Buena Gardens, my first time to Pistahan, my first time hearing the Cooling Tongs.
Oh yes.
Played by Colintronica, Ron
Yes.
Sada, right? And then once I realized how much culture is here, I got hooked. And I wanted to be part of it, and I've been a part of it for 13 years.
That's amazing. Do you recommend any certain booths that people should check out here today? Did you see anything cool yesterday?
Yeah, so I believe there's something here for everybody. No doubt about it. So So you have the Heritage Pavilion, you have the Health Pavilion, Sports Pavilion, the Dance Pavilion, the Culinary Pavilion. There's literally something here for everybody, but I would highly, highly suggest checking out all the pavilions and all the booths because they have something to offer for everybody.
That's amazing. Yes, I know. I walked by the sports pavilion yesterday, and even just this morning, looking at people sparring was amazing. They have these. I'm not sure what the bamboo sticks are called exactly. Can you tell us a little bit about the type of material that you have?
Yeah, so that's actually rattan. So back when Spain took over parts of the Philippines, or majority of the Philippines, they took away the use of our blades. So for us to be able to fight back, we found rattan, which in the wild it grows as a vine, so it's not straight at all. So what we do is you soak it in water to straighten it, then you heat treat it, and it becomes hard. So not even a samurai sword can cut through it in one blow. So we use a lot of rattan.
Yeah, I think we have a question from the chat. How can parents sign up their kids for the workshops that you guys are putting on?
Super easy. So for any kid or adult that wants to participate in any of the workshops, all you got to do is come to our booth and you register, and we'll give you an armband, and you're set for the day.
That's great. Where can we find you online? Do you have any social media handles that you'd like to plug, or a website perhaps?
So if you just check out legacyfma.com, that's our website, or if you just look up Legacy Filipino Martial Arts, you'll find us.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for coming by today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for bringing your little kid nearby.
You say salamat, can I teach you Tagalog?
Oh yes, of course. Oh, we even have the little legacy shirt. Oh, that's great to be done out. Well, thank you so much for coming here today,
Thank you for having
Joseph.
us.
And good luck today with the sports pavilion.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. See. We had the lovely TFC performance that happened here yesterday. Were you able to take a peek?
For the TFC performance, I was not. I was actually too busy with the sports pavilion, helping out there.
I see. I walked by a little bit earlier, and it's just great to see all the different pavilions out here today and just jump from each one. It was pretty cool.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Yes. But thank you so much, Joseph, for being here today. It was lovely interviewing you and your little baby.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. to mine. See, that was such a lovely video from our TFC hour yesterday. And today we have with us Kikani Labadia, who is the social media team coordinator for Pistahan 2022. Welcome to the studio today, Kikani. And we have a chair for you this time, which is very great. But how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Ava. Thank you so much for having me here.
Of course. I want to ask you a few questions about the social media team and what you've been doing out here in Pistahan.
Well, the social media team has been hard at work going around the festival, taking plenty of pictures of the parade yesterday, as well as everything happening on the festival grounds today. We are going through all of the pavilions, sports, health, innovation, you name it, taking pictures, letting you all know what's happening today, who's speaking, and we are also making sure to see all of you on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Kumu, you name it. And we're doing our best to make sure that you all feel included, even if you're viewing from the live stream.
It's amazing. And this segment today is sponsored by Asian Week Foundation, just to let y'all know. How has your experience been at Pistahan this year? I know you are a familiar face. We've been volunteering here together since many, many years ago. But how has your experience been starting off as a volunteer to becoming a project manager?
Well, I mean, when I started volunteering, it was a great experience because, like you, I'm a Pistahan baby.
Yes.
And so getting to kind of do what my parents have always brought me up in was really great. And just seeing how our community gets brought together is really wonderful because there's not a lot of festivals that help you connect with your culture, especially as a young person. So having this blend of food, vendors, culture, performances is really great, and I hope that it continues for so many more generations to come.
Yes. I know your father helps with he's a stage manager for Pistahan. It's great to see you guys out here every year.
Yeah, it's really great, and it's so cool that he gets to work with all of these cool artists and see like cultural dances, as well as yesterday's like Star Magic performances with Sab, AC, and Angelica Ken.
Can you tell us a little more about those? Sadly, I wasn't able to take a peek at the TFC Live Hour performance.
Well, if you want, you could go onto our Instagram later and look at our little snippets of their performance. They absolutely killed it. The girls are so amazing, so kind, and they were just so excited to perform in front of everybody here.
Oh, that's amazing. Did you want to plug the Pistahan social media platforms to check us out for more information and the videos and beautiful pictures and such?
If any of you are interested, please be sure to check out Pistahan SF on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Kumu. I can't really fully remember all of them, but if it's social media, we will definitely be there.
Yes, and make sure to take a lot of pictures and videos today from your experience at Pistahan, and make sure to use the hashtag PistahanSF.
Yes, and we'll be sure to tag you as well and repost your stories.
Yes, well, thank you so much. You've been doing an amazing job with social media. Please make sure to follow them on Instagram and check out Kikani for more.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. It was a lovely time interviewing you today.
Thank you, Eva.
Thank you so much. I think next up we have some videos from the Dance Pavilion in Pistahan, sponsored by MYX. We have a video from the KNB performance, the Legit Misfits, Jambonga, and the Corantado Virtual Choir. So please enjoy.
1.5 Wish.
Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga. Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga. All the fellas in the house who love, ladies in the house who love, posse in the house who love, and everybody there with jabonga. Let me hear you say. Yo, Jegs are your own. Yo, yes, I'm on. Yo, Jegs are your own. Yo, on and on. Come on, Jegs are your own. Yo, yes, I'm on. We're gonna rock this song to the break of dawn. Patikim sa dilim. Baby, please let me in. Wag mo akong bitinin, puro kapabosin. Pag siya'y nakalayag, ako'y naduduli. Siya sa body like Alma, face like Anna, at mapaglaro like Christina. Swing, sing, si may dingaling. Wawang katawan, ako'y napapraning. Sindigas na kamago, mas masarap pa sa talo. She was harada mayon, smells like melon. At sa oras na yun, nagiging salo. At ako'y nagtanong, sabay kagad sa turo. Sumagot ng pabulong, at ako'y napalulong. Hindi like Louis, kasi dulas like pamana. At lagi ko siyang ginajabonga. Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga. Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga. All the fellas in the house who love, ladies in the house who love, posse in the house who love, and everybody there with jabonga. Let me hear you say. Yo, Dasher, you own. Yes, I'm on. Yo, Dasher, you own. Break it down. Yo, Dasher, you own. So get it song. Well, jabonga this bed, but till the early morning. Yo, sex, yo, sex, yo, sex, 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 yo, sex. That and dope if you got the right pusher. Can you cope with the high, baby? Tell me, could you? The brown Casanova is here to take over. The do like dice, honey dip, roll over. Hang on, Lex Stallone's gonna be a cliffhanger. Touch it if you want to, cause my name isn't Hammer. I'll take you to a whole new world like Aladdin. Time for some action, cause anything can happen. Give it to people like Madonna, making it sweat like a sauna. And if you got the feeling, go run and tell your mama. I kiss it in the eye, make her feel a ooh. Now how that sound, cause that's what I'm gonna do. Beep, 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 pwede bang umulit? Ako'y nag-iinit at naiinit. Consistent for jabonga, ama looking for a magandang Filipina. Tipong suplara pero wow, pumorma. Haradang bibing ka magaling. Lumangadan, habi-habi talaga si Manoy. Pagdating sa haha. Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga. Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga. Hey, that's how we do it, jabonga. Don't you know that we last longer? Hey, that's how we do it, jabonga, 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 jabonga. Hey, that's how we do it, jabonga. Don't you know that we last longer? Hey, that's how we do it, jabonga, 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 jabonga. Stick it to mama Jimmy and you get it. Me stick it to mama Jimmy and you get it. Me stick it to mama Jimmy and you get it. Me stick it to mama Jimmy and you get it. Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga. Jabonga, 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 jabonga. Mula gabi hanggang umaga.
Martes ng umaga sa may kubaw, may isang babaeng nagpapayong. Naisip ko, oh, heto na ang hinihintay mo. Narinig mo yatang sabi ko, at biglang sabi mo'y mukhang uulan. May lugar pa rito, sige, sukob na. Sa diyabang swerte, swerte lang pag umuulan. Magpalang ako, namunan ng swerte ngayon. mga mata, isip ko'y iisip mo. Iluso natin kahit ba natalos kong ikaw pala ang babaeng napapangarap ko noon pa. Sadyang swerte-swerte lang pag-umuulan. Mula lang ako nabutan ng swerte ganon. Hawak ko ikaw at ang bayan mo. At kahit ulan ay tumilang-bilang, may nangyayang iwaga. Huwag ka munang magpaalam, masaya kung parati kang kasama. Di na balik kung may araw o wala. Bakit natin iiwasan ang hiwagang naranasan? Pag-ibig ang siyang payunan kahit kailan. Sadyang swerte-swerte lang pag umuulan. Lumalang ako nabutan ng swerte ganon. Hawak ko ikaw at ang bayan mo. At kahit ulan ay tumilang bigla, may nangyayang iwaga. Iwaga.
Sadyang swerte-swerte lang pag umulan. Lumalang ako nabutan ng swerte ganon. Hawak ko ikaw at ang bayan mo.
At kahit ulan ay tumilang bigla, may nangyayang liwaga.
Swerte-swerte lang.
Swerte-swerte lang.
Swerte-swerte lang.
Swerte-swerte
Ng swerte ganon. Hawak ko ikaw at ang bayan mo.
at kahit ulan ay tumilang.
Sinabi niya sa akin gusto niya ako. Agad-agad naman ang paniwala ko. Ito ba'y hindi biro? Ito ang tanong ko. Ako'y medyo naninigurado.
Kahit saan man siya ay nandoon din ako. Kahit sa sulok ng mundong ito, ako ay sumusunod parang
Tumbong hilo, pati tuloy ako'y nalilito. Hoy, paibilisan. Yoko ng bagal-bagal, yun ang lahat.
bumibelo lang. Pero pag nagkataon, magulat ka na lang.
Walang mangyayari kung masulyap-sulyap ka lamang. Meron namang paasa-basta, kumilos ka lang. Basta kumilos.
Liligawan kita.
Sige na, sige. Kumilos ka lang.
Bumibelo lang.
Hoy, pakibilisan. Tumbong ng pagbagal-bagal, yoko ng ulangan.
Ako'y bumibelo lang. Pero pag nagkataon, magulat ka na lang.
Hoy, pakibilisan.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Hanggang Buhat ng ay makita na ang pagsinta ng pusong nagduro sa gilid ko, hawak ka. Huwag mo sanang pahirapan pusong pagkakaranda, pagkat magpakailanman ikaw ang tunay kong mahal. Ay, 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 ang pag-ibig pag pumasok sa puso ay maligalig. Ay, 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 hanggang langit, ang pangako ng pusong umiibig.
Buhat nang kita'y makita na tama ang pagsinta ng pusong nagduro sa gilid ko, maawa ka. Huwag mo sanang pahirapan puso kong nagdaramdam, pagkat magpakailanman ikaw ang tunay kong mahal.
Ay, 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 ang pag-ibig pag pumasok sa puso ay maligalig. Ay, 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 hanggang langit, ang pangako ng pusong umiibig. Ay, 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 ang pag-ibig pag pumasok sa puso ay maligalig. Ay, 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 hanggang langit, ang pangako ng pusong umiibig. Ay, 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 ay,
All right, and thank you so much for the lovely voices of Cuarentado's virtual choir connecting from around the world. I saw that all the lovely voices, they recorded from different places around the world, and the fact that they're able to come together and create such harmony with their voices is absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much for coming out for Pistahan and performing. And here we have a very, very special guest, Al Perez, the president of the Filipino American Arts Exposition. Hi, Al.
Hello, good
How
morning.
are you doing today?
I'm just so excited. I'm a little bit sunburned from the parade yesterday, and a little bit. So I'm a little bit hoarse, but I'm excited. I'm here.
Yes, you're
I'm
here,
ready.
and so excited to interview you today. I had a few questions.
All
So,
right.
how did you become so invested in your Philippine culture and heritage?
All right. You know, my family moved here in the 70s, and 6 kids followed in 1980. That's when my siblings and I immigrated to America.
Wow.
And during that time, there's still a lot of discrimination here in the United States against minorities and Filipinos. So when my siblings and I arrived, we just sensed that the priority was to assimilate to American culture as quickly as we can, to lose our accent, to be as American as we can, just because that's what we needed to do, right? And then over time, after graduated from college and was working I think at Bank of America at the time, I just kind of had this realization that wow, I feel like I've lost so much of my culture. I was losing my ability to speak Tagalog. I hardly knew any Filipino friends, and I just felt like there was a void. Like there's something missing in I didn't know what it was.
Yes, you had like a hole in your heart that you
Yeah,
wanted to.
it was just like a hole, and
fix.
then just by chance, because I graduated as a graphic designer from San Jose State, And so that was my job at Bank of America. I was an in-house graphic designer. And then so a friend of mine reached out and said, hey, they're looking for someone to design a poster for this festival. And at that time, that was, oh yeah, I can do that. That's one thing I know how to do is I can create some layouts. So I did. And so they kind of liked the poster that I did. And then the next year, I came back and did more layouts. And then year after year, they just kind of keep giving me more and more responsibilities. And then I would do like the volunteer party, and we joined the Chinese parades, and I was in charge of that. And then it just kind of evolved, and then eventually I became the president because nobody else wanted to do it.
Oh yes, for the Filipino American Arts Exposition, correct?
Yes.
FAAE. And how do you manage your time between your work and all these volunteer activities? I know you're out here helping out with the Filipino American Arts Exposition and also different Asian groups here in the Bay Area. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, lucky for me, as a freelance graphic designer, so I just pretty much work from home, and I also do corporate. I'm also a freelancer or a contractor as a project manager for corporate events. So I'm able to kind of manage my time a little bit better because I don't have a 9-to-5 job. So that's how I'm able to do both my nonprofit community service work as well as my day jobs.
Wow, that's pretty amazing that you're able to juggle all of that.
Yeah, I think it's also part of it's because I'm just so passionate about doing this.
Yes.
And then it's not even work, right? Even my day job as a graphic designer and as a project manager, I don't consider it as work, and I just love doing that. So both of those worlds, it's just natural for me to kind of keep moving forward and pushing through, getting things done, because that's what I like to do.
Yes, well, that is absolutely amazing. What would you say your favorite part of Pistahan would be?
For me, the favorite part of Pistahan is the synergy that we're able to create when, each individual person within our planning committee brings something of themselves. And whether, for me, at the time, it was graphic design. I was able to do my graphic design as my contribution, and other people do something else. And then all together, the work that when we combine all that stuff together, or the work that we do together, it kind of builds into something much bigger than us. So that synergy, that collaboration, working together, I think is the most beautiful thing.
That is absolutely beautiful. How has the Filipino community evolved over the years, in your view?
I think the Filipino community sort of found our voice, because when I was growing up here, like I said, there's a lot of discrimination. We did not have a voice in public service or in the halls of power. They're still very limited now, right? But I think we have much more consciousness of what we can do when we work together. And now I feel like we have a stronger voice. We have more representation than before. And so now I think we can, especially now the next generation has stepped up, right? Now the millennials are more are stepping up to be leaders.
Yes.
And so yeah, I think it's just a natural progression of us claiming our power and using it for the positive.
And passing the torch.
That's right. Yeah.
That's not just the millennials, but the Gen Z as well.
Yeah.
Gotta represent.
What's next after Gen Z? It's like double A.
Alpha, I believe. But thank you so much. It was lovely having you here
All right.
today.
Thank you for having me. And I just want to invite everyone, the Pistahan's happening today. If you can, come out and experience it in person here at the Yerba Buena Gardens. And we're here till 5. Lots of pavilions and lots of food and entertainment to experience. But if you're not able to, thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world.
So thank you so much. Our next segment is sponsored by Soma Pilipinas and APA Heritage Foundation. We'll have a video showing Infanta, USBG, and Bartending Basics Episode 1. So tune in.
Hi guys, I'm Nathia Bulanin. I'm the beverage director here at First Edition. We're here for Sarap, exploring the Filipinx palette. I am just one part of a global diaspora of Filipinos. I'm giving you one perspective of like a culture that spans the globe. Did we all get to try the welcome cocktail?
Today we have Infanta sponsoring the Syrup event with Napier, who has been a friend of mine and just a really inspiring presence in our community. And she's going to teach us about Filipinx drinking culture as well as some of the drinking food that goes along with it.
So everything that we're going to be sharing today is just based on my experiences of growing up in a Filipino family in America. Wow!
The USBG stands for the United States Bartenders Guild, and it's a collection of bartenders, bar owners, bar professionals getting together, learning from one another, and elevating our entire profession.
We love sour foods. We want to feel it right in here. If your sinigang isn't hella sour, is it even really sinigang?
I would love to see what people can do taking in the Filipino culture and putting their culture with it and seeing how they blend and marry.
And just, yeah, looking to share it with as many people as we can and have them on the lookout to incorporate it into their cocktails.
Today we did essentially a ritual, the Tagayan ritual. It's often used as a kind of like a business thing. Every Tagayan, there is a tanguero or tangera. The tanguero and tangera is the person who is like the head of the drinking circle. To start, we had Tita Nita's clarified coconut milk punch. This cocktail is very much inspired by my mom, that's Tita Nita. We love sweet and we love savory, and so I wanted to layer the coconut with the lambanog, the coconut flavor of the lambanog, clarify it with the coconut milk, which imparts just a touch of coconut flavor to it, lychee syrup, lime juice, and then the pinipig tincture right on top. We also included what I call not your mama's adobo negroni. So we're gonna start passing those around. So it's a negroni variation that includes Madeira, Infanta lambanog, and an adobo shrub. All topped off with a little bit of kaffir lime tincture that I made. We have two other cocktails that are on the menu that we have not shared with you guys yet. One is called Here for the Chismes, which is a spritz style cocktail that includes Infanta lambanog, gentian amaro, and topped off with grapefruit soda. And then the other one was called Barako Barako, which is an homage to Kapeng Barako, which is like Filipino strong coffee. Barako means strong. Cheers, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I always forget to eat. It was such an honor to be able to share a little bit about my very Filipino-American experience. These cocktails are stories. We're getting to know the people who made them and the beautiful memories that they are that's so kind of them to share with us. You can taste the care, the love, and the nuance within these cocktails. Tapping into these different parts of myself was really just such a pleasure and such an honor.
Mabuhay! Welcome to Bartending Basics on our topic on highballs. A highball is a cocktail that is composed of a base spirit and a mixer. Now, what is a base spirit? A base spirit is our main liquor that we will use for this cocktail. It can range anywhere from rum, gin, vodka, tequila, whiskey, brandy, liqueurs, and even lambanog. As for the mixers, it can range anywhere from tonic, soda, soft drinks, fruit juices, and even energy drinks. Now, highballs are the easiest cocktails to make. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. As what I said a while ago, all you need is a base spirit, ice, mixer, garnish, give it a stir, and serve it up. Now for this episode, I will teach you 5 types of highballs that you can make at home. Hi everyone, my name is Richie Cruz of Thomas Sessions, which incidentally is a YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. By the way, our Bartending Basics is brought to you by Infanta Lambanog. So if you guys are ready to make those delicious highballs, let's begin. So how do you make highballs? First of all, we need the following tools. You need a jigger, you need a bar spoon. Of course, you would need a tweezer or a tongs, and a knife, a chopping board for fruits, a scooper for ice, and of course, for sanitation, we need to have a bar towel. Okay, by the way, before I start making these highballs, examples of highballs would be vodka tonic, gin tonic, whiskey soda, well, even a screwdriver and a Cuba Libre are technically somewhat kind of highballs. So what we will do is think of a vodka tonic and we will simply substitute. Now the thing about highballs, one important detail that I would like to remind you is the size of your glass. This particular glass, which is, by the way, brought to us by Lav Glassware, LAV. This is our friend from the glassware industry. Thank you for the glasses. This is actually a 13.25 ounce glass. Now, glass is important to make sure we have a balanced cocktail or highball for that matter. We need to know the ratio. Now, normally for highballs, I prefer a 1:3 ratio. 1 being the base spirit, 3 being the mixer. Now, but that depends on the size of the glass. Since my highball glass is a bit big for 13.25, I will not be using a 30 for my base. Instead, I will be using a 60 ml. Now, of course, 1:3, but basically my mixer would be 180 ml or 3 ounces. So that, well, if it exceeds that ratio of a mixer, let's say 1:4, it will be diluted and you cannot really taste your base spirit. You're just actually just drinking the mixer itself. Okay, so let's start. The first highball that we're going to make is, of course, by the way, instead of using the other spirits, we would use only one spirit, and that is Infanta, our lambanog. Now, Infanta lambanog is actually a clean and crisp spirit with an end note of coconut. So think of certain mixers that would go well with coconut, and you can come up with your own highballs at home. Now, for our topic of highballs, I have prepared 5 mixers that would go well with Infanta. Okay, so like I said, let's do 60. All right. Then we need a scoop of ice. Just a trivia, normally 1 scoop of ice, so full of this is 8 ounces. All right. So you want it nice and packed. Now, if you can chill the glass prior to that, that would be even better. So let's start first with lambanog and soda or Infanta soda. So just so you'd see the ratio, I mentioned 1:3. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right. So just as the doctor ordered, right? I told you a while ago, with a full pack of ice, then that becomes a very balanced ratio for this particular size of glass. Now, but wait, there's more. Of course, we need to garnish it. And normally, you can do a garnish of a wedge or a wheel or even a half slice. Now, for this particular, let's put it there on the side. Now, for this particular highball drink, I prefer a squeeze of wedge. Now, another tip I want to tell you is if the camera can see this, the tip or the white part of our garnish or fruit, I cut it so that it's clean. Okay? And then all we need to do is squeeze, drop. Okay? As I said, you may or may not give it a stir, but I prefer a quick one. Alright? And there you have it. This is your lamba soda or lambanog soda using Infanta. So again, just to recap everything, we have the Infanta with soda water, Infanta with lemon soda, Infanta with lemon lime sparkling pineapple, Infanta with ginger beer, and Infanta with the energy drink. Now, by the way, one trivia for our lambanog. Basically, the lambanog is supposed to be drank room temperature, because this is a very traditional spirit in the Philippines where we share it through what we call tagay or shot. So again, tagay, right? Or toma or tagay, right? It's the same. So basically, let's use this. You have a shot, which is actually 30 in the normal world. Okay? And then with the shot of tagay or any, actually it's 60 is okay. Okay, we pour a shot, okay, or a tagay, and then we pass it around. Normally Filipinos would sit around or gather around the table, and then there would be a person called the tanggero. The tanggero is the one who pours the lambanog in the glass and passes it around. Right? Now, other times when there's a passerby, let's say they have a friend who was actually going home and then passed by them, they would offer this guy also a tagay. Right? So, of course, you should be ready. It's a Filipino tradition, and it's actually still being followed now. But I don't know personally now if it's still going to be followed. But then again, that is a Filipino tradition. All right? So, this is, again, a tagay. But, of course, since if you are in a bar, okay, or if you want to experiment, you can also try drinking Infanta chilled. All right? So that's also another option. But then again, traditionally, as I said, this is drank room temperature and via tagay. Okay? So this concludes our highballs. Now, basically, at home, you can make any combination, as I told you. You can use any citrus fruits also. You can substitute that, because the thing with the highball is, it's like I said, it's very easy You have only 3 elements: the garnish, the mixer, and the base spirit. Of course, using Infanta Lambanog, you can come up with endless possibilities. So with that, guys, you know what? Let me have a shot of Tagay first. Wow! I can feel the coconut. And actually, I would like to choose one of the highballs that I just made. So, that concludes our topic on highballs. Highball is a cocktail and a glass. And the possibilities are endless. Using also our spirit, Infanta Lambanog. I'll see you on our next topic here on Bartending Basics. Brought to you by Infanta Lambanog.
The 29th Annual Pistahan Parade and Festivals 2022 is brought to you by our premier sponsors: TFC, Mix 1587, Yerba Buena Gardens Conservancy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Yerba Buena Gardens Festivals San Francisco. Our silver sponsors: Kumo, Ramar Foods International, Kaiser Permanente, Alaska Airlines, Dynamico Space, Soma Pilipinas. Our bronze sponsors: APA Heritage Foundation, Philippine Airlines, Golden State Warriors, Urban Land Development, Stimsy, World Remit. Our celebration sponsors: Giants, Saramonte Ford, LBC, Xfinity, 5M, San Francisco Association of Realtors, Mitchell's Ice Cream, Fort McKinley, Ayala Land, Heavenly Tropical Ice Cream, Hotel Zoe, Argonaut, Japan Center Garages, BahaysApinas.com, Kinetic Real Estate, Manga Tours, Mass Mutual, Northern California. Our media partners: GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, GMA News TV, Stronger Together, Asian Journal Publications, Bartable, Philippine News Today, Fan Global Network TV, Bayani Pay, 99.7 Now. Our community partners: the Philippine Center San Francisco, It's More Fun in the Philippines, Asian Week Foundation, West Bay, United Playas, the Filipino Food Movement, 7 Mile House, Infanta Lambanog, EMP Films, Genevieve's Wine and Travel, Manila Town Heritage Foundation, PAWA, and Phil M Stream Radio.
Watched Bartending Basics Episode 1 with award-winning Pinoy bartender Richie Cruz. If that piece got you wanting to try Infanta Lambing for the first time, or if you're craving to learn more, you can watch Richie Cruz giving you the bartending basics on episodes 2, 3, and 4 exclusively on pistahan.net. And next up, we have here the lovely Katie Caceres, the social media project manager. How are you doing today, Katie?
Good. How about you, Ava?
I am doing amazing. I'd love to ask you a little bit about your experience growing up Filipino and volunteering for Pistahan.
Well, it's actually interesting because I'm not full Filipina. I'm Filipina Chinese, half and half. So in Filipina spaces growing up, I always looked very Chinese compared to everyone else, versus in Chinese spaces, I'd look Filipina. So Pistahan is my first time in a Filipino environment where I actually felt like I belonged. Like people just like come up to me like, hey, like welcome to the Filipina family. And that was crazy to me because that had never happened before.
That's amazing. How long have you been volunteering with Pistahan?
This is my 5th year.
Oh my goodness, congratulations. And you're a project manager this year. How has that been going for you?
It was crazy. I wasn't expecting to be a project manager this year, but I I'm really grateful that I got this opportunity. I started when I was 14. You may have seen Kikani earlier on the air.
Yes.
She brought me here. Her dad has been with Pistahan since it started. So I started in the information booth, and I would never have dreamed that I'd be a project manager in just 5 years.
That's amazing. And it's great that Pistahan gives opportunities to the next generation, handing off the torch to make sure that there's people running it, huh?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with the social media aspect of Pistahan, such as content creation, networking, any tips for content creators out there?
Yeah, so our account actually gained 500 followers since I started this summer, so that was very exciting. One big tip is to get people to tag you on their stories.
Yes, I know the story aspect of Instagram specifically is very good for that. So make sure you tag. Do you want to plug the social media handles again?
Pistahan SF. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have a TikTok, and we do have a Pinterest. Those are down right now, but they'll be up soon. And Kumu.
Kumu, yes, the live stream platform from the Philippines.
Yeah.
Very exciting. How have you, let's see, your experience with Pistahan? Can you tell a little bit about how it's been through the years? Have you seen it evolve?
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of interesting because my first 2 years were in person, and my second 2 years were digital because of the pandemic. So it's been interesting to see how we've coped with the challenges of being online and retaining our audience and making meaningful connections.
Yes, that's important. Making those meaningful connections, networking, and just being one with the people in your community. It's great. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience helping with Pistahan over the pandemic? It's my first year back in person, as it is for everyone, but can you tell us a little bit about how it's been going online and that community?
Lots of Zoom meetings.
I bet.
Yeah, the Zoom fatigue is real, but it was still nice because we went to breakout rooms and we were like joking around. And somebody actually helped me get a job interview, so that type of networking was nice. I wouldn't have gotten that without Pistahan. Lots of emails, so over the pandemic we made do.
Yeah.
But last Pistahan, our live stream was able to be in person, so I was able to go into Dynamico space, and we had like this crazy big setup, and it was very, very nice.
Goodness, that's so cool. I know my older sister helped with the in-person live stream last year. I wanted to ask you a little bit about your family and how they got here. Different connections you've had, but what is your story, Katie?
Well, my grandma and my grandpa are the Filipino ones, on my dad's side, and my mom's side is the Chinese side. But my grandma was a really accomplished pianist. So when she was, I think, like 16, her mother, my great-grandma, sent her over to America to the conservatory in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
And so she finished school there, and she became a teacher. So that was really cool. I low-key have no idea how my grandpa got here, but he got here, and
And now you're here.
And now I'm here.
today. Are you local to the Bay Area?
Yes.
Yes. Where do you go to school right now?
I go to school at UC Davis.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. It's great that they have someone as talented as you in their school. Yeah.
I'm lucky to go there.
Oh yes, yeah, I totally understand. And it's great that you're out here volunteering for Pistahan while going to college. It's great. How's your summer been? You've been enjoying?
Yeah, it's been fun to catch up with friends. I missed a lot of my high school friends while I was up at college, because a lot of them went to SoCal, so not easy to get there from Davis.
Yeah. Let's see, bring it back around to social media. What would you recommend people? Would you recommend people to volunteer for social media?
Absolutely.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you've been managing your social media team?
Yes. So our social media process has 3 parts: the lead up to Pistahan, the actual 2 days of, and the post Pistahan era. So if you want to join next year, earlier in the summer, throughout June and July, we start ramping up our posts. And it would be great if you wanted to sign up and help us create assets. If you just are available the day of, I've been sending people out to go run around the festival and get footage for us for Instagram Reels, because the algorithm really seems to like Instagram Reels right now.
Oh, yes. How do you sign up to be a volunteer for Pistahan?
Go to pistahan.net and there should be a volunteer sign up. I think that becomes available early in the summer, so go ahead and sign up there. Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Katie. I see the work you're doing out here, and we are so very proud of you. Look forward to all your future projects coming up. Do you have any projects that you're working on currently?
Actually, yes. I am working on a cosplay of Isabella from Encanto.
Oh,
but
my
with
goodness.
a Filipino twist.
I'm guessing like maybe a little Maria Clara moment, perhaps?
I don't know who that is.
Oh, no. There's different types of like traditional Filipino clothing. Like today I'm wearing like a little bit of a twist on a turno. But I know since you sew and you do cosplay, that's amazing. There's the Maria Clara that has Spanish influence that I think would be very beautiful with that Isabella cosplay. But I wish you the best at that. But thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Ava.
Next up, we have a video recap from the 1587 performance, which featured Pilo, Guap Dad, and AP and Apple from the Black Eyed Peas, sponsored by 1587.
1587 is a really dope new grassroots marketing agency representing the best and brightest brands alongside Filipino Islander or Native Hawaiian talent, content, and events around the world.
Well, you know what? Real quick, before we continue, the reason why it's called 1587, we've got a little trivia for you. It's 1587 is the year that the first Filipinos came to the U.S.
I think they're bringing the knowledge.
The knowledge. We've been around since 1587.
I didn't even know that.
It's a symbolic name for this marketing agency.
So it is time to stop assimilating. It is time to stop being in the back. We have the most Grammy nominations we've ever had. Bruno Mars, Olivia Rodrigo, Sweetie, Her, and they're all from the Bay Area.
I know our people can get loud, party, and have fun. So Filipinos, make some noise already! There you go.
Make some noise if you're feeling good. If you proud to be who you are, what you are, make some noise and put your tools in the air like this. Yes, I go by the name of Adrian Marcel. Born and raised here in the Bay, so right now we gonna have this family event. Y'all ready? Come and live in the fast lane. Bottles every night, whatever you like, cause I do things. And you know my people keep that thing on the side in case somebody wanna act strange. But this ain't about me, it's all about you, and I ain't just running game. I ain't running game, said it's true, and I want it, girl.
Filipino people, make some noise! Let's drop that beat. If you're Filipino, put your hands up like this. If you're having a good time, put your hands up from the front all the way to the back like this. Hey, no need for introduction. You're here and you know why. Knows why. This is whatever with the beats so low. Put my face in the beats of people of profile. Right there, we've been here. You call yourself a rapper, song, listen, take notes, you say deep respect, don't you play deep for next show. Decrease of flex, openness, is the best show. Decrease of touch, don't you stay deep for stay low. You can't stay, to the point, I'm not crazy, right?
Formerly known as Guap Dad 4000. Shouts out my brother Guap in the building. Let's go, Pistahan! How y'all doing? Make some noise right now. Let me hear y'all, San Francisco. My name is Guap. I am a black and Filipino artist from Oakland, California. I grew up 5 minutes that way. What's up with it now? And I got this song called Chicken Adobo. Let's do it.
Why is this special?
It's a bag of rice.
If you have a bag of rice at home, make some noise.
This isn't your ordinary bag of rice.
Put 2 hands up. Deserves this bag of rice. To Joe Coy. Make some noise. You get it. What's your name? Of course it's Tay. you got the Joe Coy.
This is Guap from Oakland, California. Guap up next!
Yeah.
Hit it, Guap!
Fooled by the rocks that I got. Black Filipino, I'm really from the block. Baby, can you make it pop? That I got. Show me, can you do it 2 times? That I want. I'm with my artist. She finna sing. She wanna grab on the mic, go slow though. Pop it from the back like Ocho, Ocho. Juice to the bag, pesos in my hand.
The 29th Annual Pistahan Parade and Festivals 2022 is brought to you by our premier sponsors, TFC, Mix 1587, Yerba Buena Gardens Conservancy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Yerba Buena Gardens Festival San Francisco. Our silver sponsors, Kumo, Ramar Foods International, Kaiser Permanente, Alaska Airlines, Dynamico Space, Soma Pilipinas. Our bronze sponsors, APA Heritage Foundation, Philippine Airlines, Golden State Warriors, Urban Land Development, Stimsy, World Remit. Our celebration sponsors, Giants, Sermonte Ford, LBC, Xfinity, 5M, San Francisco Association of Realtors, Mitchell's Ice Cream, Fort McKinley, Ayala Land, Heavenly Tropical Ice Cream, Hotel Zoe, Argonaut, Japan Center Garages, BahaysApinas.com, Kinetic Real Estate, Mango Tours, Mass Mutual, Northern California. Our media partners, GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, GMA News TV, Stronger Together, Asian Journal Publications, Bartable, Philippine News Today, Fan Global Network TV, Bayani Pay, 99.7 Now. Our community partners, the Philippine Center, San Francisco. It's more fun in the Philippines. Asian Week Foundation, West Bay, United Playas, the Filipino Food Movement, 7 Mile House, Infanta Lambano, EMP Films, Genevieve's Wine and Travel, Manila Town Heritage Foundation, PAWA, and Phil M Stream Radio.
Community partners. Welcome, Rhea. How are you doing today?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Can you tell us a little bit about your role in YBCA and a little bit about yourself and growing up Filipino?
Yeah, sure thing. So my name is Rhea, and I'm actually, I'm the manager of community partnerships here at YBCA. I started just 5 months ago, and we work a lot with the neighborhood. We have a teaching artist residence program. We work with the schools, Bessie Carmichael Elementary and Middle School. And Yeah, the nonprofit organizations around us. And I'm also an artist myself, and an educator and curator.
That's great, and thank you so much, YBCA, for hosting us. Such a lovely venue, especially for our studio today in the live stream. Can you tell us a little bit about the relationship between YBCA and Pistahan?
Yeah, so I know that Pistahan has been going on for 29 years, and they've been having it at the Yerba Buena Gardens. And really exciting that for the first time, I believe, that we're happy to host Pistahan inside our building. Yeah, and to have the live stream here, the innovation pavilion, and social media.
It's amazing.
That was really fun to help coordinate.
Yes, can you tell us a little bit about the mission of YBCA?
Yeah, so YBCA was, it opened in 1993, and it was founded as a cultural anchor of San Francisco's Yerba Buena Gardens and the neighborhood. And the mission is to generate culture that moves people.
That's absolutely amazing. It's great that you work with the outside community as well. There are so many different cultures around here, especially in Soma, not just Filipinos.
Yeah.
We all like to unite together. What have you enjoyed the most about Pistahan this year and years before?
Yeah, I have pretty fond memories of Pistahan, growing up here in the neighborhood and being an artist that's active around here. So yeah, I know that the pandemic, Pistahan hasn't been in person for a couple of years, so I really like the idea of it coming back, just being able to see it again. And yeah, it reminded me of some memories I had. I participated as an artist before at the art pavilion.
Oh, that's great.
A couple of times I participated as an artist, and then I think a few years ago I was with my group, Epecto Art Projects, and we did a collaborative interactive mural with the public, where we had balikbayan boxes. And
I remember that.
Yeah.
That was such a beautiful display. Can you tell us a little bit? I know you mentioned you are an artist. Can you tell us how you got your start with art and the type of art that you do? I'd love to learn more.
Yeah, sure thing. I didn't always know I was going to be an artist, so I was actually a business major before, back in college, and I was going to UC Riverside and City College, but then I came back to San Francisco and then ended up taking art classes for fun, and I really loved it, and yeah, switched to art and went to the San Francisco Art Institute and connected with my community. So I started off as a painter with like a background in printmaking, and I also do sculptures, installation, mixed media. I got into curation as well.
Yes, and that's what brought you here to YBCA. That's absolutely amazing. Do you have any advice for any young artists out there that want to learn more about art and get their start?
Yeah, my advice is to just trust your instincts. Art is really hard. It's not the easiest thing in the world. So just be resilient, and if it feels right, just go with it. Immerse yourself with a community, get some support, talk to some artists, and be active with a community in the arts that's going on.
That's absolutely amazing. Just to finish up, what would you like people to know about YBCA?
So YBCA is actually going to be celebrating our 30th anniversary next year, which coincides, I guess, with Pistahan's 30th anniversary as well. So that'll be really exciting.
What are the current exhibits in YBCA that we should look out for?
So YBCA is open to the public 12 to 6 p.m. and we have a couple of current exhibitions going on right now. We have the Healing Project presented by Samora Pinder Youth. We also have Dream Seeds, which is a pretty interactive art exhibit that was presented in collaboration by the YBCA 10. So make sure to come check it out.
Yes, anything else that you'd like to share about your art or YBCA as a whole?
Let's see. I'm really excited about the collaboration with Soma Pilipinas at YBCA. And yeah, make sure to check out Liwanag, which is a book that is, I think, sponsored by Soma Pilipinas that features a lot of Filipino American artists. And I myself is in the book. I just found it actually at the Archipelago bookstore yesterday.
Oh, that's amazing to see yourself represented as well.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Raylan de Guzman. It was such a pleasure interviewing you today.
Great. Thanks so much for having me.
And now we're going to take a look at our sponsors once again.
The 29th Annual Pistahan Parade and Festivals 2022 is brought to you by our premier sponsors, TFC, Mix 1587, Yerba Buena Gardens Conservancy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Yerba Buena Gardens Festival, San Francisco. Our silver sponsors, Kumo, Ramar Foods International, Kaiser Permanente, Alaska Airlines, Dynamica Space, Soma Pilipinas. Our bronze sponsors, APA Heritage Foundation, Philippine Airlines, Golden State Warriors, Urban Land Development, Stimsy, World Remit. Our celebration sponsors, Giants, Sermonte Ford, LBC, Xfinity, 5M, San Francisco Association of Realtors, Mitchell's Ice Cream, Fort McKinley, Ayala Land, Heavenly Tropical Ice Cream, Hotel Zoe, Argonaut, Japan Center Garages, BahaysAPinas.com, Kinetic Real Estate, Mango Tours, Mass Mutual, Northern California. Our media partners, GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, GMA News TV, Stronger Together, Asian Journal Publications, Bartable, Philippine News Today, Fan Global Network TV, Bayani Pay, 99.7 Now. Our community partners, the Philippine Center, San Francisco. It's more fun in the Philippines. Asian Week Foundation, West Bay, United Playas, the Filipino Food Movement, 7 Mile House, Infanta Lambano, EMP Films, Genevieve's Wine and Travel, Manila Town Heritage Foundation, PAWA, and Phil M Stream Radio.
We're back. We have here today in the lovely green chair Kikani Labadia, who is a social media manager for Pistahan. Welcome, Kikani.
Hello.
How's your day going?
Pretty good. Thank you, Ava.
Yes. How has your experience been so far with this year's Pistahan?
Well, I'm so glad that this year's Pistahan is back in person, kind of with a hybrid format where we have the live stream here and the live festival going on around us, because it's really nice to see people's faces, like even wearing masks and just, you know, having fun and spending time together.
Yes, it's that human connection that is very important, especially after the years in the pandemic.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh, Ava, I know that you've been doing a lot of interviews today.
Yes.
And yesterday as well, but can I turn the tables on you?
You may.
Well, can I ask you a little question about how you and your family got into Pistahan and here in the US?
Yes, of course. I would love to share that with you guys. So, starting off, the first Pistahan ever in Yerba Buena Gardens. My parents, shout out to Mary Luz and Norman Vargasa. Woo! Helped out with the very first Pistahan with Al Perez, with your dad, Eugene Labadia. Shout out to them. My parents met actually like at Pace and also in an ethnic studies class at SF State, and with their group in Pace, they decided to help out and make the very first Pistahan. So we like to say that we're Pistahan babies, and my birthday usually lies always on Pistahan on the Saturday. So really am a Pistahan birthday baby.
Yes.
But growing up, my parents would always bring my siblings and I to Pistahan. They would help with the special events, and attending every year was absolutely amazing. We'd always say that Pistahan was the highlight of our summer, especially since it's always on my birthday. But it's just great to be out here again and enjoy the gardens. The story of how my family came to the Philippines was very interesting, actually. On my mother, Marilu's, that side of the family, we're from Ilocos Norte in Luzon in the Philippines, from a little city, Luwag City, where during World War II, my great-grandfather was the mayor of the time and taught guerrilla warfare to his citizens when the Japanese invaded. So that's a little bit of family history for you. But through that experience, my Lola, with her many siblings, joined and curated a performance dance troupe sharing Philippine culture, singing, dance, and folk dance. They traveled all across the U.S., and their dance troupe was called Señata Ti Amianan, or Jewel of the North. They have some records out on YouTube, I believe, but growing up, my Lola taught me a lot of how to sing and dance, of course. Always did karaoke with her. She passed away sadly last year, but rest her soul. Lola, I am out here making sure that we carry on your legacy. And that's why we volunteer for events like this, to carry on our family legacy here at Pistahan. Yeah. So that's how my mother's side came to the Philippines. I came from the Philippines to the U.S. And my dad, he was born in Quezon City, I believe, and traveled to Hawaii when he was 7 years old. So we grew up a lot with the Hawaiian culture. And then he was in Waipahu in Hawaii, where he and his siblings grew up, and he eventually made his way to SF State, where he met my mother at an ethnic studies class. And that's a little bit about my story of how we came to America. And now I'm here with my lovely sister, Aja, who's also part of the live stream team. And each year we'd love to come out and help with Pistahan, since it is our family legacy.
Wow, Ava, that's so incredible.
It's really cool. I love learning about like family history and stuff. I am such an ethnic studies nerd. I go to City College of San Francisco right now. I love taking all the classes in there. And it's great to be out here, especially as a Phil-Am, growing up Filipino-born American. I know earlier Katie was talking a bit about her struggle with her multicultural identity. Because my mother is Filipina, or Polish Filipina, so I am technically Asian. Got a little bit of white in there, a little bit of flavor. But just growing up multicultural, it's a little hard, especially in the Bay Area. Sometimes you feel like you don't belong. But it's great to have communities such as these where no matter what you are, you always find someone who feels just like you.
Yeah.
Going through the same things.
Yeah. I remember seeing at the entertainment stage yesterday, I believe the artist was Laren Wong. He was talking about his multicultural background and how Pistahan really just brings all of us together and helps us to just connect with our identities and continue exploring and continue growing in this wonderful community that we have here in San Francisco.
It's absolutely amazing. And not only growing up multicultural is hard, but growing up queer as well. As a very proud bisexual, it's great to be here in San Francisco, especially, and making friends with people who are just like you.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing.
It's been so nice just seeing all of the people here. You know, one thing that I remember from a couple years ago, when you mentioned your birthday always lands around Pistahan, is in Filipino culture, when a girl turns 18...
I know exactly what you're going to bring up.
When she turns 18, Filipinos have this tradition called a debut, and there is the tradition of giving the girl 18 roses and 18 candles and wishes, and for Ava's 18th birthday, since it was on Pistahan, after the festival was over, we all got together and did the 18 roses ceremony.
It was, honestly, I broke down crying because I was so excited because I didn't think I was going to get a debut, as some families, or especially Philams, don't usually do those traditions. But my family surprised me at the Pistahan after party with 18 roses, and I got one from each person. We did a little dance, and it was so important to me. It was great. Did you have a debut?
Unfortunately, I did not have a debut because my 18th birthday was during the pandemic.
Oh,
but
yes.
My family still tried to give me the 18 roses and everything. But I think that my favorite part was just really seeing you get to experience that, especially with our Pistahan family, because this is the family, like I can't remember.
This is our legacy. Kikani and I literally grew up together attending Pistahan. So it's great to be back, especially since I see all the volunteers and as my family as well.
Yeah, it's our chosen family.
Yes. And we love to uplift each other, and that's why we recommend you to sign up to be a volunteer and join this community. It's absolutely amazing. Great for networking, great to find different jobs, and honestly, just to have a good time.
And even if you aren't able to be a volunteer for next year, you can sign up to be a vendor, a performer. We're always looking to showcase whatever you have to bring to the table here at Pistahan, and we really, really encourage all of you to get involved next year.
Yes. And I believe that closes at the end of our show. Thank you so much to all of our sponsors today and everyone who helped bring this show together. I'd like to especially thank the live stream team for helping out, especially Ruben and Max and everybody. Thank you so much. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for attending our live stream this year. This is Pistahan 29 in 2022. We hope to see you next year. Mabuhay!
The 29th Annual Pistahan Parade and Festivals 2022 is brought to you by our premier sponsors, TFC, Mix 1587, Yerba Buena Gardens Conservancy, Yerba Buena Center for the Arts, Yerba Buena Gardens Festivals San Francisco. Our silver sponsors, Kumu, Ramar Foods International, Kaiser Permanente, Alaska Airlines, Dynamico Space, Soma Pilipinas. Our bronze sponsors, APA Heritage Foundation, Philippine Airlines, Golden State Warriors, Urban Land Development, Stimsy, World Remit. Our celebration sponsors, Giants, Sermonte Ford, LBC, Xfinity, 5M, San Francisco Association of Realtors, Mitchell's Ice Cream, Fort McKinley, Ayala Land, Heavenly Tropical Ice Cream, Hotel Zoe, Argonaut, Japan Center Garages, BahaysAPinas.com, Kinetic Real Estate, Manga Tours, Mass Mutual, Northern California. Our media partners, GMA Pinoy TV, GMA Live TV, GMA News TV, Stronger Together, Asian Journal Publications, Bartable, Philippine News Today, Fan Global Network TV, Bayani Pay, 99.7 Now. Our community partners, the Philippine Center, San Francisco. It's more fun in the Philippines. Asian Week Foundation, West Bay, United Playas, the Filipino Food Movement, 7 Mile House, Infanta Lambanog, EMP Films, Genevieve's Wine and Travel, Manila Town Heritage Foundation, PAWA, and Phil M Stream Radio.